minute of testing to make sure everything's good.
All right. I do not.
This time,
I do not see you on. Oh, there we are. Okay.
there we are. This time there should be 2 mics, and they should be working just fine. So we're gonna do a quick sound check. Now that we're live. This time there should be 2 mics. Does someone want to talk into this? Thomas? Hello, Thomas. How are you?
Hey, I'm super great. I'm also a super funny guy, so I can tell you a joke if you want
Oh,
to.
you're super French.
You know- Yeah.
sweater.
Too many people told me, hey, you look French. So yeah, I just decided
Awesome.
to take it off.
Okay.
It's okay?
You wanna give that? Everything sounds good. Okay.
Testing.
Can we
Sounds
put
a
them
bit low.
so close like this?
I think it's fine. This is professional mic. I don't think
Yeah,
it has
yeah,
echo.
true.
How are you doing, man? Dominic, Fabian, welcome, guys.
Yo.
Wow,
Hey,
hello.
Florin.
Hold on. Sounds a bit low.
Razvan.
You got.
Hey, Florin.
I can turn it up like this. How is that? That should be a little bit louder.
Is it better now?
Tony, I just messaged
Testing.
you the link. You wanna send it?
Okay, sure.
Take that.
You cook
No?
Fook.
Hey guys.
Fook is in the house.
Here's the
Hey,
thing, we have
Florin.
microphones, so whoever's holding the microphone is the one who's going to be heard, so that's what we got on manage.
One mic on that side, one mic on this side.
Oh, that's
Exactly.
fine. I'm gonna keep it. Sorry.
Just keep it.
Yeah, sorry.
keep it.
I have a lot
One
of
over
things
here.
to say,
Yo,
so yeah.
what's up?
Okay, let me check. Alright, everything's good.
I need to-
Okay.
yeah,
we got Daniel in the win. We got Min Fuktron.
Hey,
We got
Florin.
Thomas Sandless in the house. We got the Tony Din. The Tony Din. We got Rob Hallam.
What is up?
The
What is
Tony-
up? Has everybody got a link? Want to share
Oh
it?
shit, we got Alex. Alex.
Florin is here.
Yo, Alex cool. Hold on, you gotta get in the camera.
We got
Alex,
the
my
whole
man.
Get
Vietnamese
lower,
indie
lower.
guys.
Lower.
There we go. We got Alex Cool Dev.
We got two angles here. We got one there, one there. This is super cool.
We got
In a second, Florin's going to be
all of the
here.
Vietnamese indie hackers.
angles.
Yeah.
Okay.
In a second, we're going to put Florin here, just making sure everything works before he joins.
Where's the second camera?
There's like a decent chunk of Vietnam's GDP in this.
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, Florin, are you ready to get in? I'll send you the.
Let's go.
We got,
Google Meet
we got Florin
link.
Pop, who's calling in from France. Tony, if you guys want to tweet out, it's on Rob's profile. Awesome. Yeah, just try to get some folks to talk about indie hacking for the next hour or so.
Indie hacking.
Yeah, what is this indie hacking thing?
That's so familiar.
Check nothing leaked there.
I looks very smart, with this in my hands. Yeah.
You really cook. You really cook.
Yeah, I cook.
Yeah, literally.
Sorry.
Quite literally.
I'm just messing with you.
Alright, Alpha. Okay, we should hear when Florin
Florin
joins.
had a great setup with a mic.
Yeah, Florin is from Romania. Yeah.
Florin is professional.
YouTuber.
Yeah.
He's a YouTuber, man. I used to watch Florin YouTube videos back in the day.
Hello. Oh, come on, guys. Where's the purple?
Yo, Florin!
Wait,
Okay.
where's the
Hey,
man? You need
how's
to wear
going?
purple.
Did you change color to black now or what?
Yeah, I don't have a decent purple T-shirt. I had one back in the day, but it was from Gatsby, if you guys remember.
Gatsby,
They-
yeah.
I mean, yeah, I guess they're still around, but yeah, we're all moved on.
Not quite as cool as they once were.
I'm not used to seeing you without purple. Man.
Yeah.
I know.
Where,
but
Florin, where does the purple thing come
thank you.
from?
That's a good question because I wasn't always purple. I wasn't always into purple, but then sometimes, I think a few years ago, people saw me post about purple, and then it became kind of a brand thing,
Yeah.
and I just
it is.
adapted it, and but now I have these, unfortunately. So yeah,
Unfortunately.
might be. I mean, Apple. My favorite number is 17, so I said no matter how awful the new iPhone is, I have to buy it. And I was hoping they have like a purple version, but
Yeah.
oh well.
Okay.
But I kind of like it. It's it's pretty cool. Orange.
Florin,
How are you guys doing?
first of all, I think this is the first time that some of us have met you, in addition to Twitter. Where are you calling in from
Yeah,
today?
probably.
And we're merging a lot of different folks' audiences. Can you just tell us a little bit about who this purple guy is?
Yeah, purple without purple. So my name is Florin Pop. I'm from Romania. I started, so at the background, I've been developer for like 13 years. I've done freelancing, full-time job, part-time job. And then 6 years ago, I started being active on X, well, Twitter back then. And then I started a YouTube channel. I wrote a book. I made a course, and then I went into indie hacking. So I did a bunch of things. Right now I'm indie hacking full-time, I should say, and content creation, of course. So both of those.
How are things going right now, Florin? So I was silent for the first part of it. I was making sure you were centered, cropped,
Yeah,
sounds
thanks
good.
for that.
How are things going right now? What is your focus right now?
Well, once I turned 30, I had this goal of becoming a millionaire by the time I hit 40. So I'm kind of focused on documenting my journey. I've been building some apps at the beginning of the year. Then I sold my first SaaS, and I kind of went into. At first, I thought it's kind of a burnout, but now I'm kind of realizing that it's just a way my brain said, okay, slow down a bit,
Yeah.
And I just took a break, and now I'm back into building mode. I'm trying to figure out what the next big thing is, but meanwhile, I just try to double with building stuff and following all of you guys.
Wait, what, Florin? What was the SaaS that you sold?
It was a platform where you could learn coding by actually building stuff. So instead of like just tutorials, which I kind of like, I've been building my YouTube channel doing coding tutorials. And then I built a platform which said that, hey, you shouldn't just watch tutorials, you should also build stuff. I've sold it at the beginning of the year. Because I kind of wanted to go more into indie hacking, not just be known as a tutorial kind of coding tutorial guy. I wanted to build stuff and
The tutorial
all
is
the fun
cool.
stuff you guys are doing.
It's doing that. It's really cool that you have an audience to teach, and you are essentially doing educational, right? Educational stuff.
Yeah.
And people follow you,
Yeah,
learn from
that's
you, and then they.
how it started.
I remember you have like a challenge sort of, right? A challenge that people come in and then build a bunch of front-end UI and learn from that, which is I
that
think
was the
really,
platform.
really good. It's a good way to learn to code, and it's a good gateway for people to get into the industry. Like I started my career building the UI for fancy, like beautiful design, and that's where I got like some sense of design and front-end skills from, and I think it's a great way to get into programming in general. And
That's why I build the platform, because like I've seen people doing coding tutorials. I've seen them follow like a bunch of video tutorials and never building anything, And I was like, okay, we need to fix this. We need to sort of force people into like building something. So the platform was giving you a design every day, and you had to turn it into code. But then AI came along, and then you can pretty much copy paste the image, and it was building the. So yeah.
Yeah, AI doesn't do a good job at design right now. Like everything is gradiently purple. Like they can get you to very good in terms of like getting all the components where they are. But if you don't have a good sense of design, I can recognize immediately I'm about to use the worst software possible if I see some crappy design AI software. But I do hope that it gets better.
Like if you start from scratch, if you tell it to design it from scratch, but if you give it an image, it's pretty decent at like giving you the UI code for that. I mean,
that's cool,
not perfect, but it's
Florin,
decent.
What do you use for AI? Like, say you want to create a new website and you have a design in mind. What is your go-to right now?
Well, every time I try to build something nowadays, I just go into ChatGPT and try to like brainstorm with it, just to have like because I'm overthinking always. So I just wanted to, I give everything I have, the brain dump everything into it, and just like, what's wrong with this? Like, help me figure it out. And then I use Warp, terminal to build stuff. I use Lovable as well. So yeah, I play around with tools and Cursor as well, of course.
Do you have any desktop apps that you want to build?
Someone in the comment kind of blame you to spoil the AI models for using purple.
Yeah, I was about
Yeah,
to say,
yeah,
like,
I've seen that,
Florin
I've seen that.
contributed to the whole.
Yeah,
purple AI
you
thing.
probably like 80% of what the model
You're
think
the
the good
reason, man.
design is. So
You're the reason.
Yeah, I know. Not sure where you got that from, but maybe that's why I moved away from purple like full time.
Yeah, someone actually asked, what is your next big thing, Florin? Because I know you got your 1 million challenge, but
Yeah.
what are you working towards?
So I spent some time with ChatGPT to brainstorm for a couple of days, and basically in my mind I couldn't like figure out, okay, what's my target audience? Because I've been doing so many things over the years, and I built a course, I made an ebook, I built a SaaS, I YouTube and X and everything,
Done
and I was like very confused at what I should focus on, because someone told me, which kind of blew my mind. It was like, okay, you have this 1 million goal, but you realize that you could make $1 million from basically any of those particular things if you just focused and from a course you could make $1 million, from an ebook, from YouTube, anything. But I dabbled in many things, so I spent a couple of days to brainstorm with AI to sort of figure out what I want to do. And I feel like for the first time in 6 years I have a business plan. It's still not like perfect, but I feel like it's something I see myself do over several years, not just like the next thing.
Yeah.
So I'm working into that. I haven't yet shared publicly what it is exactly because it's not yet polished. But yeah, it will involve building and sharing. That's like the core of it. I build stuff, share, and see what people like. And I also like to document my journey and help others like learn from my experience.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Like basically what all of you do.
So I'm curious, like, obviously we're doing this fairly unique thing with this Hacker Residency. We got a bunch of awesome people from around the world. We got Thomas here from France. Obviously, Tony is a big part of this in the Vietnamese community. We got a bunch of other awesome Vietnamese indie hackers. Rob coming in from the UK. First off, I'm just curious, maybe what does this world look like in France? I know Thomas maybe has given us a flavor that there isn't a huge IRL.
He's in Romania.
You're in Romania, okay.
Yeah.
My bad.
It's okay, but yeah, I can answer that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But good
Yeah.
question, Eddie.
Yeah.
So first of all, I just want to say again, I have a huge FOMO whenever I see all of you guys. I'm not sure how I missed it. Like I would have signed up, I think, but at the same time, we have construction going on right now, new apartment and all of that thing, so probably couldn't join.
Are you
I'm
building? You're
definitely
building a
happy.
house or something?
No, I wanted to join you. Like seeing all of you guys there is it's so amazing for me.
I don't think it's
every
gonna
time
be the last one.
Yeah, this
There's
is
certain
to be
talks.
to be clear. This is definitely batch 1 of N,
Zero.
and or batch
Awesome.
0 of N, and we're figuring out what that looks
Awesome.
like. So would love to have you join us at some point in the future. But
That would be so cool.
Yeah.
I mean, seeing all of you guys there, because I follow all of you and I'm inspired every day watching whatever you do and post. And yeah, it would have been. I keep telling my wife, there's all cool guys there, and I'm here home. It sucks. But
Now
yeah,
you're here, man. Now you're here.
we want to do this again
Yeah,
with all
exactly.
the indies around the world. Like, we have Banu
Yeah.
joining from India, I think.
Yeah.
And, a lot of
Banu,
other people,
hey.
joining.
Oh yeah, Bono.
Yeah.
Florin, where should we hold the next one?
That's a good question. I mean, we
Is
haven't
Romania good?
traveled that much. Romania is good. I participated they had something in Cluj, the same like a house they rented, and we were like a dozen of guys there, and but like most of them were working for a company, so they're not necessarily like indie hackers. But yeah, to your question about indie hackers in Romania, at least in my city, I don't know if there are many people. I know two guys that's been dabbling with indie hacking. But then there is Cluj and Bucharest, and I know there are multiple people there. Like I met a guy when I was in Cluj, and he was at like 300k MRR, and I was like,
Crazy.
what? Like,
It's huge.
it was crazy. Some Shopify thing, which is I've been wanting to learn Shopify because it's a lot of money in it.
We have one of the guys in our
but yeah.
residency, Ayush, is from India, who is an absolute baller on
Killing
Shopify.
it.
I think he has maybe like 40K-ish MRR across his Shopify app. So it's a massive ecosystem.
Yeah.
And that also proves the point, like, if you sell to people who make money off of your tool, you'll make a lot more money than if you sell to, like, B2C. That's
exactly.
sort of, like, B2B is definitely more money than B2C. Might be harder to get into. I'm still trying to figure out what my first B2B SaaS will be. But it's crazy what you can do in that niche.
Someone earlier asked a question in the chat. I think it was Mark A. asked, "How do you find your next thing as an indie hacker?" It reminded me of the thing we spoke about the other day, me and Tony. I was talking to Tony about after you moved on from Black Magic, how did you end up working on Typing Mind? And you said like it wasn't like you were looking for something. It's like it fell into your hands. It was a problem you were working on. I don't know if you want to talk about that, and then Florin, I want to hear you put on it as well.
For me, I always try to solve my own problem, my own problem, right?
Yeah.
So I find it easier for me to have some insights on the problem that I had experienced myself. So when Black Magic goes down because of the Twitter drama, around the same time I also built Typing Mind, but it wasn't because Black Magic was dying. It's just because somehow ChatGPT released their API around the same time on March 2023. So as soon as they released the API, I want to build the app immediately because I had this problem that I've been experiencing for the last 2 months or so. And when they released the API, I was like, finally, I can build something to solve my own problem. And that's why I did it.
So it's like you had a backlogged problem, pain point.
Yeah, always have a backlog problem, and then like already thinking about how I would solve this. If this turned into a product, and then how would I do this? I thought about this a lot, and then also put it down on my note as well. And then when I actually put my hand to do it, it's really quickly. I just have the first version within 1 day or two. So it helped a lot to.
I feel like a lot of developers set out to solve their own problems, and then they end up just building like software for developers, and that ends up like not being the best advice, you know.
That's me.
But it's not always profitable, right? Obviously, Typing Mind is
it's
crazy.
not always.
That's actually a great point. I have a.
So I want to make sure everyone knows this is Daniel Nguyen, founder of Volt AI. Also makes amazing memes on X.
Okay, so I have a kind of personal formula to gauge the potential of an idea. So it usually I also try to build products that solve my own problem, but not all problem are equal. For example, if I try to solve a problem to improve the growth of both, it have a higher potential than just trying like my pet peeve by using the math, for example, right? Because when it trying to solve my own problem running a business, it has a higher potential to earn more money for that business and for other business. But when it's like a little bit different in a note-taking app, for example, it might very hard to monetize and very hard to find other people with the same problem. And so that is my kind of formula to
I'm curious, Florin, how do you choose what projects to work on? I feel like you probably have a large backlog of ideas. How do you gain enough conviction to say, I'm going to actually execute on this and take a product to market?
Yeah, so basically it's the same thing as Tony said. Like you build tools for yourself, and then you post about it and see if other people have the same problem as you have. Or there's another approach, like you are in the market, like we saw Mark did last week with Trust MRR. He saw the post from Peter, and then he built a tool. So you can do that as well. yeah, I mean, in the long term, I think what I've noticed successful people do is like they move fast. You keep hearing it, kind of cliche, but like you have an idea, you have to move fast to execute, launch it, see what people react, and if it's, you also have to know when to move on. Well, I think that's
So true. Yeah.
that's something I'm not yet sure. Like, when do you figure out? Because there's an inner thing that, like, you get attached to the project, right? Because you spend time into it and all of that. But it, you have to be wise enough to know when, okay, this is not, it doesn't work the way I want it to work.
Yeah.
That's sort of the reason I moved on from iCodeS. I know I could have grown it more, but like I just outgrew it, and I wanted to do something else, and I decided, okay, it's time for me to sell it. I was fortunate enough, I found someone who wanted it, because the MRR wasn't, I mean, I didn't even have MRR, it was all lifetime payments. So yeah, that's the thing. Just build things you are, and also like building lots of things, you get good at building and you get faster.
Exactly.
So you build things, share it. I think this is the thing that will make people stand out more and more. Be unique with like sharing things, like as Rob did with his daily videos, right? Whenever you see his face, you already know, okay, like Rob is doing a vlog, let's see what the app is doing, you know? And Mark also did it in the beginning. Whenever he launched a new app, he had these funny like videos. So yeah, and doing that over and over, I don't think I mean, okay, people will say that it's not true, but I think one day you will hit something if you are consistent enough.
Yeah.
It might be like some people do it faster and they get lucky.
For sure.
Some people take several years, but that's why I think it's very important to enjoy the craft.
100%.
Yeah, because you have to do it for a long time.
I couldn't agree more. There's so many points there. Yeah. Go for it.
Yeah, exactly. And if you like have a job and you have like a family and stuff like that, you shouldn't quit to go all in if you can't afford it. Like, I quit my job. We were married, but we had 6 months of savings, and that allowed me to like try new things. And in the end, it worked out. But I wouldn't like. We don't have kids, but I imagine with someone with kids and all that, it will be hard and it would be very risky too. So I would build it on the side, and then see how that goes. So eventually,
6 months is crazy, man. I didn't have wife or kids or anything, but I stayed up like more than 2 years.
Yeah, same.
It's 6 months I would
know.
never.
Same. I also quit with like 3 years of one way, and I still don't recommend people to do that. Like, it's way better to build on the side when you have a job.
Yeah,
Doesn't
that's
matter
true.
how much one way you have, to be honest, because a lot of the indie hackers they think when they quit their job they're gonna have more time, but actually having less time is actually kind of better because you're gonna focus on the right things. If you have more time, you're gonna just like over-engineer, do on the random
Practice
things
a lot.
that doesn't really matter. Yeah.
Exactly. That's true.
I'm curious, I think we got a lot of OG, just like really well-respected indie hackers in the house, and then there is this whole other world to being an entrepreneur, raising venture capital, and you know, I think I'm just curious from your perspective how you view this world, because we all, I think, have already taken for granted this massive leap of doing your own thing and taking that risk, which is hard for a lot of people, and it might just be financially, you might have responsibilities. And traditionally, like old school, you're like, well, I'm gonna raise money from some guy that has a lot of money or something that de-risks it, but it's almost like these are two different paths now. So I'm curious if you have any thoughts just on maybe the indie world versus the venture world, and any advice for people.
Yeah, I honestly don't have much experience on that front. I've seen it work out, but like for me, I want to know that whenever I go to sleep, I'm just like chill. I can sleep okay. I mean, I don't have anyone relying on me, you know. And I feel like, I don't know, this is just my opinion, it can work for other people, but I feel like having someone who relies on you doing things, it's stressful. This is one of the reasons I quit my job. I wanted to just do whatever I wanted whenever I wanted, which is like, it sounds good. It's not always the best because, as Fuchs said, like you fill up the time, like the Parkinson law. You think you have 8 hours now to work on the project. You won't work 8 hours. You'll work 1 and then spend 7 on Twitter. But yeah,
unless you have a hacker residency to go to where you're locked in, with 15 other people that are all pushing you.
Yeah, that could work. Yeah, I see that could work, to be inspired by those around you, and you can be the only one not doing anything. So yeah, that's definitely good.
I have also the feeling like it's not only like the time, how you're using it, it's also like if you have income, you're making completely different decisions with your product than you don't have income. Like experienced myself where I was like, oh my God, I need to make money with it. And then I make poor decisions sometimes or like against the product. Then like, oh, I have income and I can focus what really matters and probably like playing like a little bit more long term, but like getting it done in a good way or better way.
Yeah, exactly. That's well said. It makes a whole lot of difference. That's what also happened to me with iCodeThis. When it started to grow, I got to 10K a month once, and then I was like, okay, I'm going to hire people, and I'm going to grow it to the moon. And then AI hit, and the revenue went down, and then I started to panic. And I was like, okay, what I'm doing now? Because it doesn't go the way I wanted it. So I started to take some bad decisions, and yeah.
So I'm curious, and this question for, I think, everyone here. Like, if you could talk to the younger, dumber version of yourself from like 5 years ago or 10 years ago, is there like one very concrete thing, that piece of advice that you would give them? Question for Florin, and then I think each of you guys.
Yeah, I'll let you guys answer first. Because I don't know. I feel like I'm dumb now as well, so
it's hard to give advice, right? Because
talk to yourself.
Yeah,
talk to yourself from 10 years ago, 5 years ago.
One of the
Talk to your 20 years old.
Little Rob.
One of the best pieces of advice I saw, it's actually, I heard it for the first time from Hormozy, but I really liked it. It resonated with me really well. It's this 3-part process, which is step 1, figure out what you want. I think a lot of people go through life and through building with actually really no idea of what they want. They might say, I want money, but or I want freedom. But it's like, do you want to go somewhere? How much money will that cost? Like, why do you want money? You want money to be able to do something, So figure out what you want. Step 2, cut out all the noise. So like you were saying, 7 hours on Twitter, it's so easy, especially if your job is like social media, right? I'm building a tool for X. So going on X is research. But it's so easy to be distracted, and there's so much noise. So step 2, cut out all the noise and focus on the signal. And then step 3 is do so much volume that it is statistically improbable that you will fail. So, you do so much volume, you put in so many reps, you build the habit, which is why I did the daily videos every single day. You build that habit so that you just keep showing up. You take as many shots on target. And I think if you combine those things and take care of yourself, which is what you were talking about, you enjoy the process, you look after your health, you sleep well, you eat well, and everybody's threshold is different in terms of what they can tolerate, whether it's if they have dependence and so on and so forth. And if you do all those things, I think then it's a matter of time. So
I think that's like an excellent answer. I feel like it's also very
abstract.
So if you're actually talking to little Rob, like maybe in a more human level, like what would you tell him? Like, yo,
keep
Rob,
going.
What's good?
I would say keep going.
Okay.
I would say keep going. Yeah. I think the premise of like, if you break that down really simply, it's just to keep going.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. How about you, Tony?
Yeah, that's good advice.
Yeah.
For me, I would tell him to be more confident about the possibility of making money without having to work for someone else.
Yeah.
Because after I graduate, it's I kind of went into a flow with everybody else to get into a good company, get higher in the rat race, and I didn't really spend a lot of time thinking like for long term like what I really want.
Yeah.
And I wasn't really confident that the route of doing one thing as a one-man person without having to have a big team or raise VC fund or something is possible to do that in this modern world. And if I see my younger self now, I would say that, hey, it's possible.
Little Tony.
It's possible because right now in the modern world, like you can multiply your output. Like I did this early at this moment.
Yeah.
I tell you, it helps having role models and folks like Florin and yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Who have done this.
I discover people like many successful indie hackers and I know it's possible, but it would be nice if I realized that sooner.
Yeah.
Like, in this world, right? You can make software, and you can sell like 1,000 times, and you only make it once. So it's a really, really good leverage. And then you use social media to leverage your reach to the whole world. Like, why stop at your neighbor, your city, your country? Just go for the whole world, be the citizen of the world. So in this modern world, I think it's possible to, get to freedom, which is the ultimate goal, without having to do what everybody else is doing. Yeah. So I would remind him very gently that is possible. And I think that's valuable. Yeah.
Great advice. Maybe Thomas, Daniel, or Florin?
Yeah, sure. I feel like my advice would be really
you're talking to little Thomas.
Simple. Yeah, I'm talking to little Thomas. Hey, little Thomas. I miss you, mine would be that, like, it's possible, definitely, it's possible to becoming a successful indie hackers, but it will probably require a lot of time and a lot of work, and that's something we don't often realize when we're looking at social media and a lot of people sharing their success and so on. Yeah. So yeah, I'll just say, like, hang on, it's gonna take some time.
Nice. What do you think, Daniel?
So my advice to my younger Daniel would be a little bit more strategic about decision in my life. So there are a few regular decisions in my life that I'm really proud of, like married my wife, even when we have nothing, and a lot of uncertainty when we relocate from Hanoi to Saigon without a job and so on. But I used to work for a couple of startups as an early engineer there, but I wasn't very strategic about what I want out of it, like what kind of skill I want to learn when building it. Most of the time, most of my time there was just to develop software. I didn't learn about sales, didn't learn about marketing or how to talk to customer, problem solving, and so on. So basically, it's just another software engineering job. So it took me a long time to realize that, and because I was so on the idea of startup, work really, really hard and get some big return. And so I worked really hard on the startup and didn't get any mark upside. And so I feel depressed. Yeah. Actually got into quite depressed. It affected me and also my relationship with my wife. Yeah. And so I think looking back, I would prevent that easily just by being, not too kind of dreamy about startup promise and so on, and be strategic about that. And also a few things back then that kind of affect my mindset. Yeah. So I went to meet a very successful entrepreneur, and he advised was like, okay, Daniel, you need to find someone with sales experience or with business experience.
I think a lot of developers, entrepreneurs, need that. Yeah.
And so I came back home and I was like, no, fuck that. No, either I can do it or I should find a traditional job. Yeah. And so I decided to, okay, my ego already hurt. Now I try to build my own startup and see how it went. And okay, it actually not that scary, not that that. It's hard, but it's not that too scary.
When you say be strategic, part of it I hear like being really intentional and
right.
So I'm curious because Daniel is also a father. You got a couple of little ones. Like, does this change how you approach them as a parent?
Yeah, totally. So it's kind of like similar to the conversation we had earlier when the survival instinct kick in, right? So if you still like, I used to live really cheaply, like $300 per month.
Yeah.
And now when we have kids, it's not possible to do that.
Yeah.
No parent want their kids to live in that, right?
Yeah.
So it forced us to find a way to either work harder, work smarter, do whatever it takes to take care, to provide your kid. And it's a kind of forcing function to force you to work like smarter, harder. Yeah.
So, like, you work smarter, but you do have a lot of time where you just put out dope memes, right?
yeah. It takes a lot of time in the beginning. So there was time I practicing making meme, and it's like one meme every day. And it takes a lot of time, and a lot of them flop. Like I remember I talked I think with Dagobert. Yeah, I take a lot of inspiration from him.
Wait, so, from who?
Dagobert.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so
soup guy.
yeah. There were time I spent like an hour just to look into the meme collection and how to come up with the message, how to deliver, at what time to post, and so on. And it's like 20 lines or so, and so it gets super annoying. But over time, I find the pattern, how to make it more fun, how to make it more like people will find it more interesting, and so on. Yeah.
And in your own way, right?
Yeah,
but you stayed through that, through the tough times, and I think Bolt AI is doing extremely well now, right?
It's doing okay.
It's doing okay. Very, very humble. Florin, I'm curious, kind of same question as these guys. If you could talk to young Florin, what's one concrete piece of advice you would give him?
Yeah, so I think the first one will be stop comparing yourself to others. Like, that was huge for me because I was always like, if this guy is making $1,000 or whatever, $10,000 a month, why can't I do it? And then I was forgetting that, wait, he spent maybe a decade to learn the skills that I don't have. And also I was comparing myself with other people's like personality, you know, they were more funnier, they were like more charming, like Rob is. I was like, why can't be like that, you know? And you have to realize, like I'm telling my younger self, you're unique. You have your own skills. You have to like figure out what your own skills are and work with what you have, you know? That will be one of them. And I think it was another one. But when it comes to posting online, you have to be aware that there are a lot of haters, and you have to be okay with that. Especially if one piece of content goes viral, you'll get a ton of hate, and you just have to know how to deal with that. You just don't care about it. I know it affected me a lot of times whenever someone was saying something mean about me or whatever I was doing. I remember I was spending days, and I felt it, like it really affected me, you know. And I've learned over the years that especially like 99% of haters are like people with no profile picture and like random usernames. So if they don't put themselves out there to like be a face of something, why should you care about their opinion? And the rest of like 1% of people who are like hate you, maybe it's not hatred. You just have to see like what's behind what they're saying. But yeah, I would just advise myself to not get emotionally involved into all of these things, because if you spend a lot of time doing something, especially I remember at one point I realized that, okay, this social media thing is becoming something important, and my whole revenue sort of relied on it. So I was afraid of like being canceled. I was afraid of like whatever. I stopped like being me. I started to be more conscious about what I was posting. Like I was afraid people will judge me, and that wasn't okay, you know? And I just learned that it's okay to be yourself, especially when you're not like directly mean to someone. You're not a hateful person, you know, because there's some people out there posting random things just to hate others. So as long as you know that what you're doing is like good and you have good intentions, like you shouldn't hide that.
Definitely know a few people where I'm like, whatever you do, don't be yourself. But for most people, yes, be yourself. That's good advice.
Yeah. I agree.
I think it's like almost, it's so easy. Goes back to the noise point I was making as well. It's so easy to adjust your path and start, like you said at the start, right, Florin, comparing yourself to others and modifying your behavior, not on what you think is right, but on what you think other people think you should be doing and what other people think is right? Dara said he got his first hate comment, so I just wanted to, as like a celebration, it's like, because it is. It's a celebration. I'm such a strong believer of the degree to which you have a positive impact is the degree to which you'll start to have the negative, not impact, but the negative side of things will come to the same degree to which you have a positive impact. So if you have a post that goes viral and inspires a lot of people or educates a lot of people, there's going to be a proportional amount of people who are spouting negativity. Doesn't mean you're doing the wrong thing. It's an inevitable part of it. As long as you stay consistent. And it was Thibaut, my co-founder, everyone knows Thibaut Maker, posted something online on X. He made a tweet yesterday saying how he notices how most people who have hundreds of thousands of followers tend to post like they're talking to friends. And I'm like, I don't think that's a coincidence, because the closer you speak to people, especially posting content online, the closer people want to lean in and listen because they're talking to a friend, right? And it's the same. It's projected to one screen on everybody's individual households. And the more you start to think, this is what this hater's saying, this is what this person's saying, I should start adjusting, or I'm going to start speaking like I'm on a pedestal, I'm going to start speaking like I'm from this place, the more distant you get, and the less people want to listen, the more distance you get from your audience. And I think that's a really important point.
There's like, when you're driving and you like get mad at someone, and like if you were face to face with that person, you would never be like, hey, fuck you,
Exactly.
but like driving, because there's like that distance between you, you might express yourself a little more strongly than you normally would. And I think the same thing happens online, but it also really tends to be less about you and more about them, and maybe them just like not being happy with where they're at in life and looking for someone. I guess I'm curious to shift the conversation in a positive tone. Florin, like, what would you say is your superpower? What are you the absolute like best in the world at?
I mean, I wouldn't say best in the world, but like my superpower is networking, like finding the people and like entering conversations with the people I really want to talk with. So yeah, I feel like that's what they really like. So whenever, for example, the past 2 months, I needed some extra money, and I was like, okay, what can I do to make some extra money? I was like, okay, sponsorships, because I have an audience also on YouTube and all of that. I was like, okay, which companies do I want to work with? I want this and that. And I was like, okay, do I know someone from that company? No. I was researching who was on X, I was DMing them, I was entering in conversations, and I got to get 6 sponsors in a couple of weeks just by doing that. And I feel like that's my superpower. Nice. Being social.
Who are the sponsors? Quick shout out.
you have one of them back there,
really?
Code Rabbit.
Code Rabbit. Yeah, we love Code Rabbit.
Yeah.
Wow.
They were in the stream
they're
last
great.
week as well.
Actually, hold on. We have one of our sponsors, N8N.
Hello.
Hi. maybe one of my future sponsors.
Possibly.
So we call Uncle Jamie from N8N is a staple of the Saigon kind of hacker community. You're moving to Germany shortly, and just gave a great talk on some example workflows of using N8N. And this whole experiment that we're doing would definitely not be possible without similar to what you're saying, having some sponsors that help us get things up and running while we figure out what we're doing. So super, super grateful to have Jamie here.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
It's more like just a spotlight on Jamie versus N8N, but we love them both.
Awesome.
Yeah, no, the theme, I want to bring it back to the theme as well. The theme of this live stream was building and sharing in public as an indie hacker. It was you actually who gave me the idea, right, Florin? Because this is what you said you want to kind of talk about. But also, I loved it because one of the top comments I get, people replying on my posts, especially posts that are doing well, or, you know, me sharing successes, is how do you stay consistent with posting and sharing your product when you're in the trenches and you're building every day and you're fixing bugs, you know? I'm curious to hear your opinion on this because you're really consistent. I think a really big part of that as well, and what I love about your content strategy now, is you have this goal. I'm such a preacher of like goals, so you don't have to talk about that, but I'm curious, like how do you, someone came to you and said, Florin, how do you stay consistent with posting when you're building and you're doing all these things? How do you keep sharing the journey?
Yeah, so for me, I realized that it also really depends on the type of person you are. As I said, I'm very transparent. I love sharing whatever I'm doing. I'm going to the gym, I'm sharing online. I'm doing anything, I'm sharing online. But I realized over the years, because as you said, some people came to me and was like, how can I post more? And I was like, okay, do that, post about your life, talk about what you're doing, talk about whatever, you buy a cat, whatever. But I realized that not everyone is like that. And I mean, this goes back into figuring out what you're good at. And if you don't have this part, maybe you can collaborate with someone who has, you know?
Yeah.
Like not everyone is very okay to sharing transparently their lives, you know?
Yeah.
And that's okay. You don't have to force it if you feel like it's not something that goes with the way you are. For me, there are multiple like times where I build stuff because I want to post something. It's not like I post because I built something. I just, you know, I go the other way around because I like doing that.
Yeah.
And going back to what you said about building and sharing, I think that it's easy to have content if you do anything. If you have as you said as well, goals for me work as well as for you, to make a public goal and then you're sort of forced to stick to it because you promised and you don't want to fail people and stuff like that. But also, whenever you build something, post it online. And I mean, if you're not like very okay to sharing things about your own life, it's okay to just post what you're working. And then once you see something like a post goes well, try to double down to see like, okay, why went well? What did I do here? Who retweeted it? And yeah, stuff like that. But again, if some people don't really hate it, you know, I mean, you can train yourself to like this kind of sharing things online. You can get to like it more, but maybe not everyone is. Some people are really good builders, and others are really good at talking about it. So you can collaborate, and that could be a win-win.
Agreed. Yeah, I think it's a really, really good point. I think it is a beautiful way you said it, in terms of it's not for everyone, but also like you were saying, I think it's worth people trying a lot.
Exactly.
Different ways, because there's not just one way. Like the way that you post, the way that I post, the way that Tony posts, the way that everybody here posts is different. I found that for me, video works great. You found for you maybe another approach, you know, posting to your daily goals and
Purple
such.
stuff.
Purple stuff, exactly.
Yeah.
Works great. And I think people shouldn't just try video or purple stuff and be like, dang, it doesn't work, but it works for Florin. It goes back to your point at the start as well, right?
Are
it
there
doesn't
other
work for me,
people
so I'm gonna quit.
that have a color like so strongly associated with them?
Good question.
Is there like an orange guy or like a blue guy or you know, like the Blue Man Group?
I was gonna say Blue Man.
Yeah.
Any indie hackers?
Yeah.
Mark Lou has his like little orange background, but I don't know if he carries that through.
Yeah.
Yellow.
Yellow?
Not yellow?
Yeah, probably.
yeah.
Yellowy.
Tony, what color
Yeah.
would you be?
My apps are always blue.
Yeah.
I think of blue as well.
Always blue. Always
Like,
blue. Always blue.
Yeah.
That's blue 500. You know, busy blue 500.
Totally different topic. Have you seen Silicon Valley, the show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen it.
Always
the second
blue.
time.
Always blue. Yeah. Tony and his wife binged it recently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I binge watch it.
I don't want to spoil it, but the first time I saw it, I was disappointed. So then I
Wait,
was
what?
like,
What? What do you mean disappointed?
Just lost 10 hero points.
spoiler alert, you should like mute it. But yeah, I was disappointed because back then I was living in this like bubble where everything should be like perfect, and whenever like a movie or a TV show didn't end like that way, I felt disappointed. But then something happened. I started to like figure out all the movies ending and stuff like that. It got boring. So now I'm watching things that have different ending. I love movies where you can't figure out how it's going to end, and it just even like the main character dies or whatever. I like that.
What are some? I was like, yeah. What are some examples of some of your favorite stuff? Maybe you watch with your partner or.
Yeah. Right now we're watching Ozark.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a good one, man.
I like Ozark.
It's a hell of a ride.
Yeah, because it blows my mind every time it happens something like different than
Great business tips in that.
Yeah, but this kind of like movies and TV shows, I really like to be surprised because I'm always that guy. Probably my developer brain tries to figure out what's going to happen, And whenever that thing doesn't happen, I like it.
Yeah. What about y'all? Any favorite TV shows, movies right now?
I like Black Mirror for that reason.
Hell yeah.
It's a hit and miss because every episode's different. Some of them are trash, some of them are good.
Twitter is down.
Uh-oh.
It is down.
It's Cloudflare.
Are we down?
Oh wow, global outage.
Local outage because we're seeing Cloudflare outages across the world as well.
You had to mention Black Mirror, right?
We got Florin
We're
here.
in an episode now.
Right. So maybe it's not even the whole live stream thing. We're just still happy to have you here, Florin.
Yeah.
He's hanging out.
I'm very bummed I'm not there, like physically.
Everyone
Florin,
is
you're
checking their
still hanging
status
out with us,
page.
bro.
Is your production down
Oh
or
shit!
is your production down?
Wait, maybe we took them down.
Oh shit, Cloudflare is literally
Yo.
down. Detector is down.
I think we took them down, guys.
Live it's
It was Florin plus Tony Dinh on the same live stream took the internet down.
Well, the crazy thing about it is people are saying the stream is still up, and obviously we're still recording.
Yeah.
So I think we're the only survivors in this.
Wait, but I do want to. We were talking about TV shows.
Yeah, we're talking about TV shows. TV shows that
Black
you don't
Mirror,
know how they're gonna
Season 3,
end.
Episode 4, Sandrina Pero, best Black Mirror episode.
Okay.
My friend just messaged me. Production is up, Afonso. Shout out to Afonso. Okay, that's good. You keep the production up.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Awesome. So they are still watching then. Yeah.
Sure.
A lot of them are still watching. Sure.
That must be why the chat's slow down.
I was X.com. But you go to X.com, it doesn't load at all.
So on the phone, it's still
Maybe it's a super X.
I
thing.
guess whoever was watching still can watch.
What's up, Melly? Hold on. Well, it's the magic of the internet. It's decentralized.
Oh yeah, please tell me everything.
So Melly has been learning, and she's vibe coding, and she has this amazing app called DanceStoriesForKids.com. And it's really like a beautiful art form for these like expressive, interpretive dances. We all did that as adult kids the other day. It was a lot of fun. But as part of that, there's been some debugging sessions and kind of explaining of like, well, you have this front end and it's making these HTTP requests and what's the network and how does the internet work and stuff. So.
I'm using Superbase the first time in my life.
Yeah. How are you friends with Superbase now?
Oh yeah, Superbase is amazing when you get to understand each other, like communicating properly. Then,
we're not sponsored by Superbase, guys. Not sponsored by Superbase.
Not sponsored by Superbase. Melly, when she gets frustrated, she'll start yelling at the model in German, and that's when you need to be like, yo, Melly, you need a hand.
Do you speak to the model in German? Does it?
Sometimes.
Any customers?
Does it reply in German when you speak in German?
Yeah, sometimes. Like Cursor right now, it's like answering literally in German. I was like, I didn't want it. Yeah, whatever.
Does it code in German or does it code in English?
No, everything is in English usually, and code stays in English, so it's not changing the German.
I always thought that was so interesting. That, people, no matter what language they speak natively,
Yeah.
it's coding in English almost all the time.
Wait,
So-
Florin, what languages do you speak?
Yeah, but like the coded sections.
Romanian, English, and Hungarian.
Wait, what does Romanian sound like? Sorry, I'm an ignorant American.
Can you give us some?
Latin. Like,
Can you give us an example? Maybe talking about the color purple and hackers in Romanian.
Yeah. Culoarea mauve este cea mai frumoasă și îmi place să fiu developer. I mean,
Oh.
I
Wait,
kind
was
of
that
butchered the
English?
developer, but yeah.
That was
Some
Romanian.
word was in
That
it,
sounded
okay.
English.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, developer, yeah. A programmer, that's how you call a developer. Yeah.
Awesome.
Like a bunch of, like over the years, we got a bunch of words, like the newer ones from English, you know. But yeah,
What-
if
what-
you know Romanian, it's easy to learn like Spanish and
Ce faci is
Italian.
ce faci, no?
Yeah, ce faci.
Sega,
yeah, that's
sega.
what we do.
Ce faci is like what's up, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Nice.
Exactly.
Wait, so what programming languages do you speak, Florin?
JavaScript.
Okay. Not TypeScript?
JavaScript.
Am I?
And TypeScript. Yeah, I had a bunch of friends, and they kind of bullied me into learning TypeScript.
Yeah.
My first experience with TypeScript was back when I was hired full time, and I had to it was some kind of a React code base with a bunch of things on top of it. I don't remember now, some components, and I had to learn TypeScript off of that, and it was a mess. It wasn't like the basic TypeScript where you just say this is a string and this is whatever. It was like with lower and up, lower, how do you call those? Like a T into brackets.
Generics and
and
templated types and yeah.
yeah, and it was so hard for me to figure out. I was like, TypeScript sucks. And I spent like 3 years or so. I never wanted to touch it.
Yeah.
And then when I launched this, it was with JavaScript. And then my friend who helped me build the backend and all of that, he was like, let's just use TypeScript for it. You'll see, it's nice. And then I started to use it. I saw like the basic stuff. It's okay. And I started to learn it. So yeah, since then I'm defaulting to TypeScript. Yeah.
So many people bully me into learning TypeScript. And my reply was, TypeScript are for the weaks. They are strong
just use
type.
JavaScript, right?
What about these days and with AI coding and stuff?
Just
What do
use
you?
JavaScript.
No, just
right?
JavaScript, man. Just JavaScript.
Easy,
There's nothing, no reason to go
What
for
happens
type.
when something breaks?
Well, anything break all the time anyway, so.
Not true.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly, I like TypeScript because of whenever you click, it goes to the definition and stuff like that. That's what I like about it. But other than that, whenever I build something small, I use JavaScript the first thing, and then maybe later if it goes into something bigger, I convert.
You guys,
Awesome.
you guys ever use?
I was doing jQuery, so yeah,
back
then I
in the
started
day,
to learn.
John
I
Reese.
did jQuery first.
You
And then I
remember
started
John
learning
Reese,
JavaScript.
the legend? He was one of the main guys behind jQuery, and then he went on. I think he worked at Code Academy or something. But he back in the day, there were all of these inconsistencies with the old version of JavaScript or ECMAScript, where it was like you have a function and you execute it on Internet Explorer 5, and then you go over to, because Chrome didn't exist back then, and Firefox was this new thing, but across all of these execution engines, just basic characteristics of the language itself were not the same. And so jQuery for a lot of people was just a compatibility layer across all of these different things.
Cool.
No, mostly we don't have to deal with that anymore.
I have no idea what that is. What that's
Yeah.
Sound like
jQuery?
No, jQury I know. But,
Yeah.
The person I don't know.
Oh, John Reese.
I'm too young.
Yeah, this is like early 2000s JavaScript world.
That's cool.
I'm curious. Do you guys do when you're talking to AI models? Do you talk in Vietnamese or do you talk in English?
No, talking in English.
Talking in
I'm
English.
typing.
What about
I wish
Anne? Does Anne speak in Chip?
Same in English, right? In English.
In English.
I wish my native language is English so that I can just talk to it naturally.
Yeah.
But
You speak fluently.
still.
What about you, Fook?
No, I use English. I think in English, but I think Vietnamese is beautiful.
You think in English?
I think in English, I speak in English, but I think Vietnamese is beautiful.
Yeah. do you dream? Do you dream in English or Vietnamese?
Mostly in English.
Really?
Yeah.
That's where all the really deep memes come from.
I think most of my thinking is in English.
What about you, Florin?
Yeah,
I'm curious.
Same. Everything I write is in English.
Thinking, dreaming.
Yeah. I mean, I use Romanian with my wife and everyone around here, but whenever is something work related or my phone, I hated it to be in Romanian forever. I just default to English everywhere.
Why? It's simpler or it looks better or? easier just because you're in work mode English, so it's just like switch on.
Yeah, I think
No
so.
context
I mean,
switch.
I'm very proud that I've learned English on my own. Like I was playing online games with some Americans, and then they were laughing at me stuff. I mean,
That
easy
sounds like
laughing at me.
Americans. Fucking assholes.
Yeah, and then
They bullied you
I
into
was
learning
copy
English.
pasting. I was copying what they said and pasting it to Google Translate, and then I was writing in Romanian and pasting back to the chat.
Yeah.
And that's how I learned English on my own. And then
Amazing.
one day I figured this friend of mine who was like, he taught me HTML and CSS. But yeah, I realized he sent me an American podcast or something, and I was like, whoa, I can understand what these guys are saying. I was like, it blew my mind because, okay, we had some English at school, obviously. We also had French, but talking English, like typing in English and all that, I learned on my own. And I was like blown away that I think it took a year or so to practice it every day. And yeah, I've been doing everything in English whenever I can.
So I'm curious and want to be respectful of time as well.
Yeah.
From your perspective, Florin, I really appreciate all your support and for joining us today. Also, just great to meet you. Do you have any ideas for this hacker residency, for kind of what we could do in the future? Something that we're, in the spirit of building in public, really trying to hear from other voices like yourself, like Tomas, like Tony, and collectively figure out where to take this thing, and also just trying to understand, like, what does the indie hacker community need from your perspective, and how could we potentially help in the future?
Okay. Yeah, so for me, what you're doing so far, it's amazing. I don't know, like, how is it day by day there? Like, how you guys, like, hang out and do all of things?
How is it
What
there?
you're posting
Locked
on?
in. Last few days for me, locked in.
I haven't seen Rob for a while.
You guys see us on this live stream, and we're like hanging out and chilling, but like 95% of the time, people are pretty locked
Look,
in.
people are working over here.
YouTube channel.
Here.
Yeah.
You watch David's
Working,
YouTube channel.
working.
Yeah, I've seen
Me?
some videos, yeah.
Oh, yeah, Florin.
No,
If you want to see
Yeah,
the
I've seen-
day-to-day, see the YouTube
Yeah,
channel.
I've seen the first few videos, but yeah, I mean, for me, it looks like it's great what you're doing. I don't know, where do you want to go? I mean, you want to turn it into a business, and like, what's the main goal? But, like, as a participant, I'm looking forward to. I mean, as a potential participant, I'm looking forward to be part of that.
Believe first.
And yeah, and I feel like this is what we need. I mean, talking from my own perspective, my wife is working sometimes 10 to 12 hours a day. She's a dentist. And especially on those hard days, I kind of feel alone sometimes, in my room, and it kind of sucks,
Yeah.
And having I think 90% of the people I talk to on a daily basis are from X and people I met online. So having those people, like, meeting them in real life, for me is like amazing. I did that a couple of times, and it was so cool. And I can't even imagine how is it to live there like for 30 days. And like, also not only that, but like, in particular, indie hackers, they kind of know the struggles you have, because like there are a bunch of developers here in Romania, like a bunch, because it pays well, and people choose this profession, but they don't relate with what you're doing, because you're not just a developer, you also have to do 100 things, alongside that. So it's very nice to be with other people who know the struggle, and also not only that, but people who aim higher. Like, they want to build something cool. They want to make it on their own, because and I have nothing against these people, but some developers, they are very pleased with, they have a good job and they go home to their families at 5 p.m. and they're happy, and everything's going well, But yeah, I feel like it's a different mindset when you get out of that and you go into indie hacking.
Yeah. I think we might have just lost video on our end. It's related to us breaking the internet, but we're still here. We still appreciate you, Florin.
I see myself.
Yeah, there we go. I'm actually curious, maybe to hear from Tomas and Rob just about what you guys think, echoing some of Florin's thoughts around your journey as indie hackers, and then what this experience has been like, being surrounded by so many other folks that are similar but different. So I don't know who wants to.
Tomas.
Yeah, Tomas,
I want to hear from Tomas because he's haven't lived Europe for a while, and then suddenly he's in this house with 10 other people for the last 2 weeks, almost 3 weeks now.
And also speaking like a language that you don't
different
normally
language.
speak all the time.
And There are too many. I prefer this one. Yeah, it's way funnier. There are too many things to say here, but I kind of struggle with English because I read in English. I listen to music in English, of course. I watch movies in English, but I never speak in English. So that was the first adjustment to make. But I'd say that. How can I say that?
You can be honest.
I'll be honest. They're horrible person. Please get me out of here. No, what I want to say is that I kind of already said that in the last stream, but I don't know any other indie hackers, living around me, and I think I didn't even realize that being able to talk, like you said, Florin, to talk about your job, your struggles, your wins, your difficulties, and so on, it helps a lot, actually. And that's why we have here, we can talk with everyone about our project, about their project, about what is going on, and so on, sharing insight, advice, and everything. And I think it makes a huge difference on how we approach things, it allows you to take a step back a bit, and it's really insightful.
How are you enjoying just being out in Vietnam so far?
You mean in the villa?
Have you explored much?
Yeah.
Have you been out much?
I've been at the nice hotel like every night, 20 minutes from from
Do you
here.
walk every day, back and forth?
Yeah, when it's not raining, so not every day.
What about the food? The
can I be honest with the food?
Please.
I'll be really honest. The food is good.
The food is interesting.
No, but you can beat France. You can beat France like in every aspect, but not food. I'm sorry. I can't,
Do you think it's because it's packaged food? Or have you been to restaurants?
No, the restaurants are great, but
we gotta get him some Vietnamese cheese.
I really
They don't make cheese.
try to convince me, please. Try to make me change my mind. I'll be really happy to.
We're gonna do one of those Saturdays.
The hot pot or the?
Yeah. It was great.
That was great, not good.
No, great. It was
But
actually
not quite
great.
French level.
No, French level. This one. It was very great.
That's fair.
Yeah.
How about you, Rob?
What specifically? What specifically do you want to know?
So I guess it's just the question echoing like Florin is seeing some of us out here and other people are like maybe some FOMO. What the hell is this thing? Just being honest, like what were your expectations coming in? What have you felt about this so far? And then maybe ending with because I'm curious where we should have the next one so that Florin can join us.
Yeah. Unbiased.
Yeah.
I said this on the very, very first stream. I tried to come into this with little to no expectations because I didn't know what to expect. It's the first time I've done something like this. The first time I was really meeting people, like a lot of people from X, was a few weeks ago. I did like a little meetup in London, and then I did in Colombia a few months ago. I did a meetup, but like it's slowly becoming more and more real, building the real life community and the real life network. I'm naturally not an extrovert. It may seem the opposite through my videos. I'm naturally someone who likes to lock in and stay away from themselves, away from other people to recharge.
We're saying all of the Europeans kind of, like including Thomas, went up to the second floor and they're all sitting next to each other. and then Rob like pulled a Brexit, and he just hangs out in his room, isolated from the rest of Europe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I'm so sensitive to everything. Like OCD, I am so sensitive to everything moving around, and I have to have my things so particular. Obviously, you don't see this on the outside of the live stream and the videos and stuff, but like little things set me off. So yeah, I was like paranoid about that. I was like, can I work? Will I be able to focus? Will it be overwhelming meeting everyone? I know it's been great. I think the most important thing is having the option to pull yourself away. I think that's really, really important when you need to, because we're all adults here. I remember that was one of the things I saw on the website, where it was like, everybody has their own bedroom because we're adults here. We need to get our sleep. I was like, what if it's going to be too much?
A few people who just assumed that it was going to be like a hostel or bunk beds. And it's like,
yeah, that stuff can get burnout fuel. So I think that's the most
level to be productive. You need your own space.
And I think that's one of the things that indie hackers are used to as well.
Tony loves his own space.
Florin, I'm not sure you know this, but a lot of the residents in the house come with their partner. So if we are hosting another one and you have, feel free to bring your partner in, so that we can lock in together.
I don't know, if she's a dentist, it might be hard for her to work remotely.
Oh yeah, I don't know, but well, up to you. Yeah.
It's so, like being active. Even so, I struggle to have her like just do nothing, like just to watch a movie. Because every time, even when she's at home, she has to do something or watch. So yeah, it will be a challenge to see what will she do like for a month. Yeah. I mean, if people she can go shopping with, that will like work out. But like, yeah,
we were trying to get Tony's wife to say hi, but she said she's shy. She doesn't even realize I'm talking about her right now.
Yeah, it's just right there.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Going back to the point of the Hacker Residency thing, I think the great thing about it is the community, but also it's the ability to work on your own thing. And I think you've done a really, really good job. The whole team, everybody, Tony, everybody who's organized it, Fook, David, who's I don't think is here. David
what the Fook?
Park. It's been great.
Fook, when are you launching Vibing Bass? When can we try it?
People here can already try it, but
no, I have explicitly been not given permission to try it yet.
I've tried. It's great.
Thomas try it.
I don't trust Thomas though, so I want to try it. When can I try it?
I'll let you try it tomorrow.
Okay.
I need to like support one by one user. I want to onboard one by one user and make them cannot leave without the product at all.
Fook, what is Vibing Bass? What are you building again?
It's lovable for desktop app, meaning that you go to the app, you type in what you want, and then within 5 or 10 minutes, you get a Mac app and a Windows app. I used to do it, and he just created an app called File Studio. You can go to filestudio.app and see the app. It's actually live.
He one-shotted it, and he was surprised because he had spent like a few days building it in Cursor. He had a beautiful landing page, but the actual app itself, for doing like file conversions and PDF manipulation as a desktop app, after 3 days he kind of gave up because he was like, might not be worth my time, and then took it to Fook's tool and one-shotted it.
Yeah, I didn't expect it to work at all. I was expecting like it's not gonna work at all, and then I'm gonna be embarrassed. But then like somehow it worked, and the whole moment felt very magical. So I'm trying to get the product to be stable enough so that I can release it to everyone, so that you can try and make your own apps and hopefully make some money with it.
Yeah. So actually, just maybe a point on that, and then we should think about wrapping up. Yep. I think so. We're two and a half weeks in. I think everyone started to feel their groove for the most part. We do a weekly demos on Monday at 6. Everyone gets 2 minutes. We try to be really strict about that because we got a lot of people to get through to kind of share your progress and what you're working on. And I think it also really sets a precedent of you need to show what you're doing very quickly because people's time and attention is valuable. And this week we had a whole bunch of launches. Let's see, Ayush had a great launch for Reframe. We had Miles launching Vos.ai, which allows you to create these kind of template-based Gen AI apps. And so we had this meme that from Fook.
So go to hotgirls and Elon Musk.ai. Vost.ai if you want to add hot girls and Elon Musk to your lifestyle.
Yeah, so I mean, you see these memes coming up, and they tend to have a short half-life, right? But there are people that will create apps very, very quickly that kind of take advantage of these memes, and Miles has kind of built a lovable for building those type of apps very, very rapidly, which is awesome. You know, Thomas has just started tell these guys about your challenge with I like to call it Ritizi, but that's not how you pronounce it.
No, I pronounce it right easy. What should I talk about?
What is your challenge? You just started a new
my challenge. Oh yeah, right. I forgot about. Oh, I need to write my blog post.
Yeah. See, Florin knows.
Really? Wow. Yeah, we just started a challenge called 14 posts in 14 days. Basically, you have to write a blog post every day for 14 days, and you'll get premium access for a year to Write Easy, my new blogging platform. So yeah, I think everyone should do it, right? Yeah.
So I'll say it is a very beautiful kind of minimal blogging platform for people who really enjoy the craft of writing, without a bunch of AI stuff, without a bunch of extra crap, and a really beautifully crafted product from a masterful. The only thing I have against him is that he's French. And then Rob is absolutely cooking on SuperX. I know you have some stuff. If there's anything you want to.
Yeah, lots of stuff behind the scenes, lots of things changing, hard at work. So a lot of stuff I can't talk about right now, but there is Engage.
Give us one thing.
Engage. Engage is what I'm excited to launch.
Two halves of the story for growing on X.
Exactly. I think I didn't want to make this stream about plugging SuperX, but
everyone gets a plug at the end.
The theme of this stream is very relevant to SuperX. It's building and sharing. So many people struggle to share their journey, but sharing is a two-part problem. Sharing is creating the content, but there's also building the community and engaging and having people who actually want to engage with your content, which I think a lot of people miss out on. So that's what I'm working on SuperX Engage for. It's what I always dreamed of, a tool that would allow me to, save a lot of time in terms of engagement, but not sacrifice the quality of it. Yeah. Grow on X the right way, grow with intention, so reply with intention. So a little sneak peek, you're going to have 3 modes, maybe not initially, but 2 modes for sure. One mode is lists, so you can create an X list of people that you want to constantly get updates and posts from. You just go into SuperX and you can reply post by post intentionally. I don't like AI replies. I think they sacrifice on quality. There will be AI suggested suggestions and guidance for people who want to, because I know that for some people it's less easy to think of ideas, and if you have the guidance, it can help you build the habit and the structure, the way of thinking about how to reply and what's actually a useful reply. So there will be that, but it's not an AI reply guide tool. And then the second mode is replies and mentions, so you can keep on top of your mentions. And then the third one I'm really excited about, discovery. So this is going to allow you to discover new people outside of your lists and reply with intention. So that's my SuperX plug.
SuperX Engage coming soon to X near you.
MVP I gotta have done by tomorrow. I got a little secret deadline, but tomorrow.
Amazing.
So it'll be live out probably in the next week.
And then maybe I'd love to hear what Florin and Tony are both working on.
Tell us, please.
Or anything you want to plug or have people check out.
What are you working on?
So is there anything maybe that you want people to check out or plug or that you're excited about?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I started a newsletter recently. It's a Beehive. I think it's like florinpop.beehive.com. I need to change it to my domain name. I'll be sharing my journey there. And yeah, look out for me shipping lots of things very soon. I'm working on a system to be very efficient in building stuff and sharing stuff. So yeah, I have a big plans on that front. So keep an eye on that. On X and on my website and newsletter.
Amazing. Awesome. And thank you for joining us, Florin. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you for inviting me. I was very honored.
Yeah. So maybe Tony, what are you jamming on these days?
Well, I'm mostly just working on typing mine, so it's kind of boring.
Yeah, but then you're also doing a lot of surfing and living the fucking life, right?
Yeah, living the life. Maybe I even release a new email app. Who knows?
Yeah. we got a super secret sexy demo.
It's a side project, man. It's a side project.
Yeah,
but I want to package it into a proper product. In an email client that I'm building, so hopefully I have enough Motivation to do that.
Black Magic started as a side project.
Yes.
Mine started as a side
That's
project.
true.
So
That's true.
Exactly. 100K MRR soon.
That's true. That's my motivation.
What drives you nowadays, like Johnny?
Yes.
Since you have like a successful app, what drives you to keep working on it?
Three things.
Yeah.
I like to do meaningful work, and I like to have more friends. So this is
Okay.
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Actually, this is the most human interaction I've got since I quit my job. So
Is that a good thing?
it's a good thing for
Okay.
sure. Yeah. So
Well,
yeah,
Tony, you
just,
took a bunch of the guys out surfing a couple times.
Yeah, we took 10 guys out, and then 3 guys got sick from the surfing session, but it's worth it.
Was it a thing like you're not supposed to surf after a typhoon or?
No, not at all. I don't know what happened. Like
Okay.
probably we were in the flu season or something.
Yeah.
I don't know, but somehow after we surfed, a few guys got sick,
But it was worth
including me. So I'm not affiliated with.
Tony is such a humble dude, and him and his wife just have an amazing lifestyle. I have a lot of respect for
Thank you.
that level of success.
Thank you. I think it's great to have a good purpose in life and to live life in freedom instead of chasing things that many other people just blindly chasing. I don't know. Yeah.
Maybe I'd love to hear a final note from Daniel. Anything that you want people to know about or plug, or what are you most excited about today?
Today?
Yeah, like going forwards. Like, what's your thing right now? Bolt AI or?
Oh yeah. I actually have a new product idea.
Ooh, we love new product ideas.
Yeah, so it's still not really concrete yet, but I hope I can build a MVP during the stay at residency.
So Daniel is cooking, and you'll have to follow him to find out what he's cooking up. I want to talk about this afterwards, bro. I'm curious.
We try.
Unless you want to share now.
No.
Not yet. We're still cooking. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Awesome. I think we're going to wrap it up there.
Right.
We've done over an hour.
Awesome.
Thank you, Florin, so much for joining, bro.
Thanks for inviting me.
And thank you everyone else, everyone who's come through, and
Looking forward to
been here.
meet you all in.
Yeah, me too.
Batch number 2 coming soon.
Yes.
Florin, we will definitely be hitting you up, my man.
Let's go.
Awesome.
Next week we've got a very special stream. Information on that in due course.
Hold on, Melly, come. Melly.
One of the hosts.
Melly. Is one of the hosts for next week's live stream. Very special topic. You want to give a quick plug for what we're going to be talking about next week?
Oh yeah, like we will give you the value why it's like amazing to have girls also in the hacker community. Why it's good for you too, because then we can travel all together and we can speak about ideas and so much more. But I don't want to say everything right now. But yeah,
Thank you, Melly.
join because it will be really exciting for you too, more than you think.
Okay.
Let's go. Shout out Charlie in the chat. I see you.
Huh?
Charlie in the chat. I want to recognize people who are joining as well.
They've been very active.
Who are supporting us.
Thank you, Charlie. Charlie Jaya.
Jaja.
Charlie, yeah.
So
Okay.
yeah, maybe only one last thing. Like, if you have like a girlfriend who is also like interested in like indie hacking, get her next week, like literally on the live chat.
Or vibe coding, like
vibe coding,
learning how to code, or
Or
interested
like
in.
in general partners.
Yeah.
Don't need to be female. Like anybody who is interested in that stuff.
Absolutely.
Interesting. Very. I'm excited about that. I think it's going to be a good topic.
Awesome.
So yeah, we'll wrap it up here. Thank you guys for joining. Thank you, Florin, for coming as well.
Thanks.
And
Have a good one, Florin.
Have a good
we'll
day.
see you next week.
Woo!
Take care. Bye bye.